anything in particular happening?
Est-ce que tu observes quelque chose en particulier qui peut arriver là au chalet dans
Oui.
le control room?
Les membres de control room, on observe nos officiers qui montent qui viennent ça. How do you call this? Ban affaire qui met dans fusil là.
Balle.
Oui. Ça une petite boulette. Ça à cause ils mettent en l'air. Donc tu viens ça les documents.
Yes, when I was in the control room, I observed some officers came there to collect some ammunitions, bullets.
Yeah, some ammunition. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And who came to collect?
Chana Michael Tivini, Chana Graham Douglas Tivini, Chana Nepalese Nepali officer also.
Yes, amongst the officers that came to the control room to collect ammunition were Mikhail, Graham Dogle, and some Nepali officers as well.
And Mikhail, is that Mikhail David?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And what else did you observe?
Après, mon téléphone, get so page mon audio mon capable un petit peu qui mon passe le ban petit caméra c'est moi.
Oh, okay.
I was just there in the control room doing my duties relating to the phone, answering the phone. I was watching on the monitors. I don't know if you're asking me to answer questions about what happened outside. I can only tell you bits and snippets of what I saw on the monitor.
Okay, tell us what you saw on the monitors.
Dans le moniteur, on parle pour l'ambulance, là monter. On a fireman là venir. On a un petit monde là puis sortir avec sa caméra devant prison en bas même. On a dehors côté le tu peux monter puis livre le caméra tu vois ça.
On a jiffé, le tu peux gagner.
On a jiffé, la fumée peut monter oui.
La fumée. From the monitors, I could see when the ambulance arrived on the prison compound, when the fire and rescue services also arrived on the compound. I could also see some people coming out of the mail block from the camera that they have outside the main block, and I could also see the smoke rising. Sorry. I could also see some smoke coming from the block.
Could get 7 pour aller.
And I also saw all the casualties, all the injured. I also saw some of the casualties, some of the injured inmates being carried to the ambulance that was situated at Gate 7.
So there were casualties?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
Yes.
And were you able to see the kind of injuries that they had on them?
No, I was upstairs. I did not physically go downstairs to where any of those people were.
Did you see any police officers, any military officers coming in to the prison?
Yes, many officers.
Different uniform.
Different kind of officers wearing different kind of uniforms.
And on the monitors, could you see where they were going to or where
they were stationed? Compound, because avant, il y a un instant qui m'a l'administration, où tu vois around partout. Il y a un moment que tu peux faire un small meeting. Ça, c'est le côté... Là, on peut mettre côté camera room, tu fais un petit meeting là entre les autres. C'est mon papa qui peut passer à cause ça, tu les autres, peut faire d'autres meetings. Inspecteur Evans, c'est mon petit police.
Yes, I could see them around the compound. Like I stated before, when I was at the administrative unit, I could see the officers passing by, back and forth. And there was also an instance where there was a small meeting they were conducting on the way to the camera room. Inspector Ivan was also present in that meeting. I could not hear exactly what they were discussing. That was between them.
Okay. And the military officers who came and the police officers, were they carrying any ammunitions with them? any arms with them?
On pas n'inquiète ça. Qu'il fasse un bazot là, c'est ça.
I did not observe any. If there were any firearms or ammunitions, it must have been hidden under their clothes because I did not observe it personally.
Okay. Are there any of these officers that you can identify? Any military or police officers that came to the prison that you know or you can identify?
I believe I saw that Canberra, but that's about all I can remember. And the CP, and the CP as well.
Who was there?
CP.
Commissioner. No.
Oh, commissioner.
Yeah,
Okay.
The now commissioner.
Yeah.
And
the rest, I don't know their names.
And when the commissioner was there, were you at any point in time able to talk to her?
I think she said
The now
current.
commissioner.
Oh, the current.
Yes.
The current commissioner. The current commissioner.
actually,
Okay. He was there. Oh, okay. So, did you at any point in time hear any any guns being shot? Okay, you didn't hear any noise or anything like that. You didn't hear gunshots.
From where I was in the control room, we wouldn't be able to hear, but what I could hear was the screams of the inmates. But from where I was situated at the control room, I couldn't hear any gunshots.
According to information that we have, is that you had asked CP Jenna George to go down to the inmates and to talk to them, but that she refused to do that.
No, au qu'on pas dit non et madame si tu côté prison écossaise madame il y a l'influence de bon monsieur pour mon expérience pour moi comme si pour dire l'expérience pour moi exemple il capable de là et la guerre ou capable dire et madame comme si elle mettait la paix tout écoute nous tout écoute nous mais si moi dis why not don't know ça comme c'est un groupe madame là c'est elle c'est guetter avant qui.
So you asked that from CP
Yeah,
George.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you see, from my experience, female officers have a certain influence on the male inmates. So I asked the commissioner if they would give us a group of female officers the chance to go down and settle the commotion the incident that was happening.
Yes.
To try and settle the incident that was happening.
So what you are suggesting is that the male inmates will be more amenable to listen to female officers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you had made that proposition that some female inmates should be able to go and talk to the male inmates. Was that permission granted?
Non, mon peut imaginer qu'il faut victime utilise un hostage en bas. Le mon point personnel qu'il faut imaginer si un groupe madame il descend qui fait capable de something moi pas connaître mais nous pas tu dis non qui nous pas le faire là-bas.
No, we did not receive the go-ahead for that. I believe it was because there was a hostage situation happening as well. Maybe they didn't want the situation to escalate if the female officers were to attend to the situation.
Do you know whether CP George herself went down to the male block?
Non. Non.
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. So, you've described some of the duties you were performing that night when you saw the officers around. What else did you observe?
On observe les officiers qui sont là, on observe par exemple l'ambulance, on observe ban qui un peu qui sont capables de voir caméra qui n'a en dehors. Après on observe 10 filles même, on qui nous imité, qui nous la film un peu monter.
Sorry, on observe les officiers PLDO.
qui peut passer around, mon vous avez dit fait qu'il me passe un petit peu en bas, mon dit fait puis monter.
I observed some officers walking out and about. They were going back and forth, and I also observed the fire that was happening. I could see the smoke rising from the block.
And that was on the 5th?
On the 5th, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Going on into the 6th of December, you were still on duty? Okay.
I stayed there until the morning.
Sorry. So tell us what you observed during that time.
So bon matin, moi je descends en bas moi aussi, pas donner coup de main pour nous guetter un petit peu. So moi pendant trop en dans mon bin ça fait first floor, on a donné la main pour tirer débris, pour tirer bopé, ban quelque chose qui mouillé, ban on ka dit ça ban débris. On a aidé pour faire ça.
That morning, I went downstairs to try and help out. I did not go further inside. I believe I was on the first floor, and I was helping to remove the debris, some wet items from the area.
Okay. Who was with you whilst you were helping out to remove debris?
C'est un Greta, c'est un les parties, bon petit officier je peux dire. Tu peux dire groupe nous tous nous peux dormir ensemble pour nous capable retirer.
There were plenty of officers helping out. There was myself, CIN Star, Sergeant Greta, Sergeant Lepati, Vanessa as well. There were a lot of us lending a helping hand.
What about Sergeant Joe, Tony Joe? Was he there with you helping out?
No, I did not see him.
Okay.
I did not see him.
So, okay, you were helping out, and when you were helping out to clear the place of debris, did you observe what happened whilst you were there?
Nous aider tout ça quelque chose maman qui gagne endommagé à cause de sa corridor en bas qu'on petit tirer petit plein quantité quelque chose tu as matelas qui tu gagne brûlé tu as matelas qui tu gagne brûlé tu as 16 la table quantité quelque chose by the way quantité débris qui tu là qui nous aider pour tirer et maintenant moi tu gagne ce soir un des maman il pas mon petit aucun severe injuries can pass warm can manga is trouvé.
We helped to remove some of the items belonging to the inmates that had gotten damaged. It was filled with debris. There were burnt mattresses, chairs, table. There were a lot of debris that we had to remove from the area. And while I was there, I also observed some of the inmates that had sustained some injuries.
Okay. Did you ever notice or see who was inflicting those injuries on the inmates?
Est-ce que vous avez un sens pour voir personnellement lesquels exactement qui type blesse saban prisonnier? I don't know how they were.
You know, can wounds los autres. On va pas juste sortir une coupé, sortir une taper, mais c'est mon noir boubou los autres. Yeah, mon noir.
I don't know who exactly injured the inmates, but I could see bruises and wounds on them. I don't know whether they had been cut or whether they had been hit or what happened for them to sustain those injuries.
Did you notice whether any of these injuries sustained were serious?
Oui, c'est un gars qui te passe côté moi qui bon sont là zam na tina en là. Moi tu dis fais des docteur cause tu chepé gros lo so do hier.
Yes, indeed. There was a man, a boy, that came that I saw personally, and he had an injury on his thigh, on his butt cheeks. Okay. It looked to be quite severe, from what I could see.
Okay. At any point in time, when you were helping out, did you see any military or police officers around?
Yes, there were a lot of them present outside.
Do you know whether there were any of such officers in the prison on the upper levels?
Upper level, moi, pendant arriver upper level, moi, fait tout, moi, checker ces distances. By the way, moi, pendant rester beaucoup de temps là, moi, parce que moi, si moi, venir après, moi, quitte Exode là-bas, moi. Quitte Exode là-bas.
No, I didn't go up to the upper levels, and I should state that I was not there for long either. I just came to help out, and then I left everything with them.
Apart from helping out with the clearing of the ground floor, what else did you do at the mail block?
I did not do anything at the main block. There was nothing to do there.
So once you finished helping out at the mail block to clear up the place, where did you proceed to?
Unit.
I went to the female block where my unit is situated, and then I went home. I was tired.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Vidot, and thank you for answering the questions so far. I just have a few questions.
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just a moment. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but the comments were like, it's working. Yeah, but we don't allow to do this thing. Okay, you can take a small recess, and then we. That's okay. It's been a long day. Shall we continue? Okay. Sorry about that, Inspector. So, please confirm if I heard you correctly that you, on the 5th of December, you finished work and went home, and then you heard that there was trouble at the prison, and nobody called you.
No.
Okay. And you decided on your own that you were going to go and help. Okay. Under normal circumstances, if there is trouble at the prison, should someone have called you back? You can answer in Creole, it's fine.
Oui. Ordinairement, on my view, c'est dans quelque chose que prison inormal pour nous les officiers garder uniforme pour nous venir donner coup de main. Inormal pour forme pour nous venir.
Ordinarily, from my point of view, I think it's normal. It's the usual protocol to call officers to ask them to come back to the prison to help out when there's trouble.
And at that time you were inspector. Your rank, your
Sub-inspector. Sous-inspector. Sub-inspector. Okay.
Sub-inspector.
She said it in English. Sub-inspector, and then she said in Creole.
Okay. So if the normal thing is to communicate with you and ask you to come, but still you went back to the prison, and then you were stationed in the control room. I know there are a lot of questions you've been asked around this, but I want to ask you this one.
Yes.
And I know that you at some point moved out of the control room. But did you at any point go away on 5 December, go away from the control room, in such a way that you could not see what was happening in the control room?
Okay.
Away from
Away from the control room.
oui, mon sorti un petit peu mon sorti mon un petit peu par l'administration. Après mon retourne de ce temps là.
Yes, I went out for a short while. I went outside the administrative unit, and then I went right back in to the control room.
When you say a short while, can you try to remember how
Maybe
many?
15 minutes, 10 minutes like
15
this.
minutes.
Yeah, maybe. Like
Okay.
this.
And you were in the control room from what time? From
Around 5:30 I reached the epidemic.
from 5:30.
Around.
Yeah. Until what time did you leave the control room the next day? Right. Okay. And
She just nodded. Maybe you should say yes for the record.
oh yes, for the record.
Yes.
So you have to verbalize everything you say because the main record is that one, not the
Okay.
not the media.
It's
So
okay.
you were in the control room from around about 5:30 p.m.
To the next day.
p.m. This is on 5 December to the next day. The next day around about what time?
6.
6 a.m.
No, I stayed there until around, I think I left at present 11 or 12 afternoon. I was there, yeah.
12 noon.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. And 5:30 p.m. to 12 noon. Sergeant Tony Joe never came to the control
No,
room.
that time it was not in the control room, I told you. This is I confirm.
This you confirm.
Sabanjiwon ki mon nomo, Sabanjiwon ki mon wa the camera room.
I'm asking you this
The names
question.
Sorry. The names that I listed down for you are the people that were present in the control room.
Can
Those
you-
are the
can you
only
repeat
people
them?
present.
It was me, Caporal Magnet Finesse, Adjoint Tamal, CP Janet Zos Passon, Deputy Passon, Ivan Passon, and then those people who came, Michael David,
Sorry.
I think I got the names.
those who came to collect those
Yeah,
things.
I think I got the name. So, and you are absolutely sure that Sergeant Tony Joe was
I'm
not.
not lying, I'm sure.
We are asking you this question because when he has appeared before us,
I know.
and he said he was stationed in the control room. That was his job. He only went in the Mel Block prison
No, it's not true.
section once. It's not true.
It's not true.
Okay. There's something you also said about, when you asked CP, the former Commissioner of Prisons, CP George, you asked if she could allow the female prison officers to go and negotiate or discuss with the inmates, try and calm things down. And then when Commissioner Vidot asked you why, you said the inmates tend to listen to you more. Why do you think it was like that? Why, in your opinion, why do you think they were more open and more?
Nou kapab di, nou ban vie staff lota nou la nou. Yana kodane ki sitan ki ou pou kozek zot pou ekoutou, zot pou obéir. Zot pou obéir, zot pou di zot pa beze fè sa, arrête fè sa, donne kou la pied. An nou gete kote nou kapab avans ke sos ki an nan la. Kwa ki zot kipe mas mal la. Ke fa nou ban ti negosyasyon koum sa, ti kapab ede. A cause salita mokwa halita pa chokovin no sa limite la yo chekolo halit protestation chitwan zot petu protester comprend.
Yes, some of us, the staffs that have been here for a long time, that are very experienced, we when we talk to the convicts, and they usually listen and obey what we have to say. If we tell them to not do something, they don't do it. When we tell them to do it, they do it. Maybe we could have had a negotiation along that line with them, asking them what's going on, what we can do to help. Because at that time, it wasn't a full-blown riot. It was still at a protestation stage. Protest.
Okay.
They were protesting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because you are talking about your experience, and I saw here that you've been with prisons for 23 years, right? That's correct. 23 years experience. Okay.
Yes.
So you are definitely a well-experienced person.
Yes.
In your experience, when we are talking about, discipline in the prison, discipline, does it matter how an officer addresses or talks to the prisoners? Does it contribute to stability in the prison?
Définitivement. Ça y a both sides. Il a façon couper adresser, la façon couper causer, il est important pour capable get back the discipline. Si moi peux venir causer quoi en vulgaire, et manière qui pas appropriée définitivement, à cause de quoi pour dire nous peut dire la vie qui met là, nous peut dire avec différentes qualités l'esprit du monde, ou besoin d'une façon pour approcher pour capable causer pour être capable pour get back.
Definitely, and I believe it's a two-way street. The way that you speak to someone is the way that the person will respond to you. If you're speaking to someone in a vulgar, disrespectful manner, then you will receive the same in return, because we're dealing with human beings with different attitudes and different behaviors.
Are there cases or instances where you saw wardens speaking to inmates in vulgar or insulting them?
Est-ce qu'il y en a aucun fois soit ban cas cotonois côté il y en a ben prison
il arrive.
Yes.
Mais c'est fait at the same time vous besoin pour dire na inmate sopi qui pas donne no respect qui ont causé que nous en vulgaire qui pas gagner respect avec autres.
Yes, it happens, but you have to bear in mind that there are inmates that are disrespectful. You don't get respect from them, and they talk to you in a vulgar, disrespectful manner.
So I just want to make sure that I am understanding you well. So you are saying, because earlier on you said it's in both ways.
Yeah, both.
So there are inmates who are disrespectful. Yeah. Then there are officers who are also disrespectful. Then there are inmates who are respectful, and then there are officers who are respectful.
Both sides, yeah.
Okay.
Both sides, yeah.
I'm sorry to put you on the spot on this one, but we also want to just understand the general state of the relationship between officers and inmates or prisoners at the time that this incident happened. Was it a relationship where there was, peaceful? Was the relationship peaceful? Was it tense?
I can't tell you down there at Mail Block how it was, but présent mon papa pas jouer en bas Mail Block qui m'a dit chité cette relation avec mon inmate, mais c'est mon petit watch une petite frustration qu'il fait à cause bon privilège qu'il gagne pour les autres, c'est ça frustration que tu peux entrer.
Yes, I cannot comment exactly on how the relationship between the prison officers and the inmates, the male inmates, were, but I can say that there was a bit of tension and frustration from the inmates. Some of their privileges have been suspended or taken away from them.
Which?
No. I'm just telling the
Okay. Go on, yes, go on.
Par exemple, le CP, nous ex-CP, qui nous ban d'autres cigarettes, et la voix, attention, qui met un petit peu, il vient mettre pression.
Yes, for example, when the ex-CP banned cigarette smoking, that is when you could observe a bit of tension in the relationship between the prison officers and the male inmates.
Okay. No, thank you very much. I think you want to say more?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you can do it.
Okay.
Just working on the cigarettes. Okay. One thing on the
Okay.
cigarettes. Okay, I'm not an advocate for use of cigarettes, but when the inmates were getting their cigarettes, they behave more nicely.
On le mon côté pour moi, le mon position, le mon péguette, le mon côté madame. Oui, oui. À cause quelquefois on est quelquefois moi pas connais, moi pas filmer, moi pas connais. C'est mon autre position là, moi la tête pas bon, quelquefois une cigarette qui est capable cool moi down. Après exemple quelquefois soutien heavy smoker, dis bon matin ou vient ou moi pas arrêter filmer ou pour sentir ça, ça l'impact, on connaît. Oui.
Okay. From my point of view, on the female side of the prison, I can say that there was that it was better before the cigarette ban. I'm not a smoker, so I can't tell you for sure where the tension comes from. But some of the inmates would tell you that today I don't feel so good. I need a cigarette to calm me down. And especially for the ones that are heavy smokers, one day, the next day they just come and there's a ban on cigarette. I believe they felt the effect, the effect of the cigarette ban, personally.
Maybe is it about the ban on the cigarettes, or is there any process that is done when privileges are being withdrawn? For example, when you are banning cigarettes, is there any process that is done to explain to the inmates why and?
Non, mon pas toto gan debrief lo let ban côté prison madame. Dis après tout bonne madame qui fait mais tu pour dire from les premiers cigarette côté madame pour arrêter. Fini.
No, there was no debriefing, but when the ban was to be executed on the female side of the prison, the female smokers were called and they were told that effective of the 1st June, there will be no more cigarettes for them.
And what was the reaction?
It was not good.
It was not good at all.
It was not good. Okay. Over to you.
Okay. Inspector. Okay, I see you said that you have been for 23 years with the prison service.
Yes.
I know you got a lot of experience in the prison setting. Have you, before, whilst carrying out your duties at the Seychelles prison, has there ever been any incidents whereby yourself and other prison officers were able to diffuse whatever incident that was taking place?
Yeah. Beaucoup d'incidents arrivent qui nous diffusent. Beaucoup dans mon carrière, quand c'était l'incident arrivé qui nous mettent à côté.
Okay.
During my my 23 years experience, my career with the prison, there has been many incidents that has happened in the past, and we have been able to diffuse and take control of the situation.
Okay, so if I may go back to the famous 2016 incident that took place at the SIU, at the prison, were you one of the personnel that helped in diffusing the situation that was happening there?
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
So you were a very good asset to help in certain situations of this kind?
Yes.
And nobody was listening to you?
No.
Okay. Now,
But maybe before you go on, maybe you might just want to summarize the role that you played in the 2016 incident that he's talking about.
At this time, halita mo kam kichipiansaz SIU mo. I think I was the one in charge, if I'm not recall. Mo ci la de ça. Ah, pour ça l'état mo qui pia ça côté ça yo mo quoi ban l'état comme ça. Moi ci aider de toute façon que moi suis capable pour nous capable mettre tout bonne situation sous contrôle, communiquer, causer avec ban inmate qui moyen comme si nous ci comme qu'a dit ça nous ci moi ci dans milieu ça tout ça bon l'événement qui peut arriver comme si pour nous capable on peut escalader pour venir à l'autre niveau problème une grosse situation.
In 2016, I believe, if I recall properly, I was in charge of the SIU. I helped out to diffuse the situation. I was communicating with the inmates. I was at the center of the situation, trying to stop it from escalating any further.
Just for our information, could you tell us what SIU means?
Secure I forget that.
Yeah. It is one of the most securest blocks inside the Montagne Posée prison. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now you said that when you were working inside the control room, you were working on the telephone.
Oui.
Yeah.
Oui.
Yes.
And you called for ambulance service.
Yes.
You called the ambulance service.
Yes.
At the hospital.
Yes.
Okay. You called for firemen.
Yes.
At the fire brigade.
Yes.
You called for the police.
Yes.
You called for the police.
Yes.
At the police headquarters.
Headquarters, yes.
Did you call the military?
No.
So you were not given any
Instruction to do this. No.
instructions to
No.
call the military.
No.
No.
So the military was not your call, yeah? Now, from the entrance of Montagne Posée prison, as you are driving up, past gate 1, when you come up to where the bin area is, and then you come on the parking area, which is in front of the admin block, leading to gate 7, was all the CCTV cameras working on that night?
If I recall, yes. Because I can see from the gate when I can see from the gate when the transport was coming up. Yes, it was working, yeah.
It was working.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I think Commissioner Justice touched this about stopping the inmates in one of their privileges from smoking. And did you know, or did you made aware why did this privilege taken away from the inmates?
I don't know.
Do you think it was okay? In your opinion, do you think it was good to do this?
Maybe me what I was thinking. Maybe they're taking away because it was a public. It's a public place. No? It's not smoking. It's a non-smoking area. They were thinking about that. But for you to stop it from today, maybe this is where this thing got wrong, no?
Yeah, but in the past, were there designated smoking area?
Yes.
Because I understand what you are saying. If it is a public area, then people are refrained from, stopped from smoking. Now, were there designated areas and designated times that inmates were allowed to smoke?
This was long before.
Long before?
Maybe longtemps, hein?
When?
It was a long time ago.
Approximately when?
10 years past. No?
10 years from now.
Yeah.
So you are talking 2016,
Maybe, yeah.
this was happening.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said that inmates tend to disrespect officers, which is on the other side. I mean, you said that officers as well disrespect the inmates. Do you know if officers disrespecting inmates and vice versa, inmates disrespecting officers, were they brought to task? Was there any charges brought against them? Was there any reprimands or whatever that took place at the prison?
Pour ban inmate mo konen nou e board ki disciplinary board. Si inmate in fait aucune offense, total ou sa board là-bas. Sa board yana mo en parmi member ou ha board ki la ou gagner mené ou gagner zizé ou gagner di ou action qu'on fait ça quand na quoi que bon privilège qui pour gagner couper. Ça nous tient en sa board qui nous qui existe. Disciplinary board.
In relation to the inmates, there is a disciplinary board that handles any inmates that might commit an offense. In the prison, I am a member of that board. The inmate, when an inmate commits an offense, they are brought before the board. Their actions are judged, and then they are informed which of their privileges will be taken away from them as a consequence of the offense that they have committed.
Now, lastly, do you know if inside the control room where you frequently carry out duties, do you know if there are SOPs that exist inside the control room to instruct you how to go around the different...
No.
There are no SOPs?
No.
Okay, I'm done.
No SOP on riots?
No.
Riot?
No.
After the events of 5 and 6 December, was there any debrief that was conducted, a post-mortem amongst the prison officers to try and establish why the disturbances happened?
Non, quelque fois zot in fait zot debrief, zot in fait la pas sécurité, mo panen pas mi saban jimo ki gagne invite pour ça debrief. Quelque fois the higher management, I don't know. Quelque fois in fait, maybe the higher management mo pan gagne involved là-dedans.
Maybe maybe there was a debriefing that was done in relation to security matters, but maybe it was only amongst the higher ups, the higher ranking officers, but I was not one of the officers that were invited to the debrief, if they indeed had one.
Okay, you want to...
Yeah. Did you notice at any time when you were in the control room, and obviously you've got the camera that is pointing, do we have a camera at gate 7 that is pointing towards the SIU?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have one? No, we don't. It's not working. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the
recall.
Yeah.
It's not working.
No. But you have to raise your voice. Yeah.
Okay.
So that the record can capture that.
Okay.
So the answer is no.
No.
Okay.
It's not working.
Yeah.
That's why you couldn't see anything that was going on in the visiting area.
Yes.
You wouldn't see anything.
I didn't see anything from the visiting area. No.
Okay. Now, you've got one which is directly inside gate 13, that is in front of the mail block entrance. Did you at any time, Inspector, see if there was an officer that was doing a diary on events to be able to prepare a preliminary report to provide to the prison authorities?
No,
There was none.
none.
Okay. Okay.
And if you, when you are in the control room, is it possible to see ambulances coming through?
Yes, you see it.
Is it possible to hear ambulance sirens?
Yes.
Yes. Is it possible to see ambulance lights?
Yes, you can see it from the camera, yeah, from the gate 1, and they're coming up.
So if anyone comes before the commission and say, I was in the control room, I never saw an ambulance, I never heard the ambulance, I never saw the lights of an ambulance, would that person be lying?
For sure.
Okay. Do you have any further questions? Okay. I would like to, or maybe before we do this, is there anything you want to share with us, or this is it?
Okay, je finis la même.
That's it.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay. You were looking at him. No, I'm just saying she was looking at you. And, I thought, okay, no, that's fine. Inspector Lucina Riaz, we want to thank you
You're welcome,
for
sir.
coming forward. We do understand your personal circumstances, but at the same time, you still complied with our summons and came to the commission to give evidence. I would like to, on behalf of the commission, to commend you for that, because that is what being a public officer means. When you told us about you going home, and then you saw on Facebook or somewhere that there is trouble at the prison, and even though nobody called you, you decided to go back,
Yes.
to go and help. I thought it reminded me of, how you still came today to give your testimony, even though you have a personal circumstance which is a difficult. And that's what being a public officer means. That sometimes we have to sacrifice our comfort. So come out of a comfort zone so that we can serve the public.
Yes.
Because that is the commitment we have made to the public, that we want to serve the public. So I really want to thank you for your courage to come forward. I want to remind you of your rights, and we do so in public, that you have the right not to be victimized in any way by anyone for having come forward to give your testimony. You shall not be harassed by anyone in any way. If that happens, please report to the commission.
Yes.
Also report to the CP, because he has assured us that he will protect the inmates, he will protect the officers against harassment, but also come to us directly, and we will take appropriate action to ensure that whoever victimizes you or harasses you is held accountable.
Yes.
It is a criminal offense for anyone who occupies any position to harass, intimidate, or put pressure on you in any way, including saying things on Facebook. People are allowed to discuss these issues, but of course, you cannot infringe on another person's dignity. You cannot insult another person. You can criticize, and that is your right. That's freedom of expression. But insulting another person is not part of freedom of expression. So thank you very much for that, and that concludes our testimony. Before you switch off and before you go, we will take a 10-minute break, and then we will be back for our final testimony. I know that we had said we are left with one that is going to be broadcast, but things have changed because things do change here. So we will have another one more testimony starting at 20 minutes to 5. So in 10 minutes time. Thank you very much. Maybe we can allow them to switch off.
Thank you.